Mistfall Hunter is an upcoming third-person PvPvE extraction RPG developed by Bell Ring Games. Set in a post-apocalyptic Nordic-inspired world, the game takes place after the cataclysmic event of Ragnarok, where the blood of fallen gods has transformed into a dangerous mist called Gilden Mist. This mist drives creatures and humans alike into madness, and as one of the few remaining Gilden hunters, you must venture into these hostile lands to hunt mutated beings, recover valuable resources, and survive. One of the standout features of the game is its diverse class system. Players can choose from different classes like the Mercenary or Sorcerer, each with unique abilities and combat styles. The ability to swap between weapons and switch up your strategy in real time adds a dynamic edge to the gameplay. The combat focuses heavily on skill and teamwork, making it crucial to coordinate effectively with up to 2 other players if you're tackling the game in co-op mode. There's also a heavy emphasis on high-risk, high-reward gameplay. Losing in battle means forfeiting all the hard-earned loot you've collected. Mistfall Hunter runs on Unreal Engine 5, which provides stunning visuals, especially with the dark, misty landscapes filled with detailed ruins and terrifying enemies. The game is slated for release in 2025 on Xbox Series XS and PC. Cronos: The New Dawn is an upcoming third-person survival horror game developed by Bloober Team, known for their work on Silent Hill 2 Remake. Scheduled for release in 2025, this game promises an intense, story-rich experience set in a dystopian world where players will face grotesque humanoid creatures. The plot teases elements of time travel and psychological horror, reminiscent of titles like Resident Evil 4 and Dead Space. Built on a high-end engine designed to deliver atmospheric tension, the game will feature a combination of action-adventure and survival horror mechanics. Expect tight resource management, combat, and exploration in environments influenced by brutalist architecture and retro-futuristic aesthetics. Cronos: The New Dawn will be available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS. The development team is leveraging their expertise in creating dark, immersive worlds, and the game is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated horror titles for 2025. WUCHANG Fallen Feathers is an upcoming action RPG from Chinese developer DayZ Games, set for release in 2025. This game takes place during the late Ming Dynasty, a chaotic time in China's history, and follows the protagonist, Bai Wuchang, a pirate who suffers from amnesia and is afflicted with a mysterious disease known as ornithropy. Players will navigate a world plagued by monstrous creatures and warring factions, while unraveling the mystery of Wuchang's past. The game is heavily influenced by the Souls-like genre, with its challenging combat mechanics, tense boss fights, and intricate story elements. Wuchang's combat style evolves as she gains new skills from fallen enemies, giving players the freedom to develop unique strategies based on the weapons and enchantments they choose. The game also promises multiple endings based on player choices throughout the story, which will shape how Wuchang's journey unfolds. WUCHANG Fallen Feathers is powered by Unreal Engine, bringing stunning visuals and detailed environments, from ruined temples to dark forests. The game will launch on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS, with availability on Game Pass from day one. The release date is still set for sometime in 2025, so fans of action-packed, atmospheric RPGs should keep an eye out for more updates. Barkour is an action stealth game developed by Varsav Game Studios, set to release in 2025 for PC and consoles. You play as Thunder, a canine secret agent working for a quirky organization that takes on evil in a world filled with humor and over-the-top missions. The game blends fast-paced parkour with stealth mechanics, allowing for different approaches to each mission. Whether you're sneaking around or going in with guns blazing, the gameplay promises variety. What makes Barkour stand out is its combination of lighthearted spy comedy and dynamic platforming. The developers have put a lot of focus on movement and exploration, with acrobatic parkour being a key part of the experience. The game's engine brings smooth animations, letting you seamlessly dash, jump, and perform stunts in vibrant, cartoonish environments. You'll also have access to high-tech gadgets to take down enemies, along with a trusty AI sidekick named Alfred. Barkour offers a fresh twist by giving you the role of a four-legged hero with a mix of stealth, combat, and humor. The game is shaping up to be a fun, action-packed experience for fans of unique platformers and spy-themed adventures. FBC Firebreak is an upcoming 3-player cooperative first-person shooter from Remedy Entertainment, scheduled for release in 2025. The game is set in the mysterious world of the Federal Bureau of Control, where players take on the role of a special response team fighting off an otherworldly invasion at the Bureau's headquarters. This fast-paced FPS focuses on teamwork, where players will need to rely on each other's unique skills and strategic loadouts to survive various paranatural crises. The game will run on Remedy's own Northlight engine, which promises to deliver the same high-quality visuals and immersive gameplay as seen in Control and Alan Wake. Unlike their previous titles, FBC Firebreak is Remedy's first venture into a fully multiplayer experience. The game will be available on PC, Xbox Series XS, and PlayStation 5, and is launching on day one through Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Plus Extra Premium tiers. One of the standout features of the game is the highly customizable Crisis Kit, which allows players to equip specialized tools, grenades, and paranatural augments. This adds depth to the gameplay, encouraging players to experiment with different strategies. Though it's a multiplayer game, Remedy has clarified that it won't be a live service title, aiming instead for easy entry without overwhelming players with complex setups. If you're looking for a unique gaming experience in 2025, Mouse PI for Hire is one you definitely don't want to miss. Developed by Fumi Games, this indie title blends a gritty noir story with a nostalgic 1930s cartoon art style, drawing heavy inspiration from classics like Cuphead and old-school FPS games. You step into the shoes of Jack Pepper, a private investigator navigating the dangerous streets of Mouseburg, filled with mobsters and bizarre villains. What sets this game apart is its distinctive rubber hose animation style paired with fast-paced first-person shooter mechanics. Expect a wide range of weapons, from Tommy guns to explosives, and even quirky power-ups like Spike D Spinach, all wrapped in a black and white noir-themed package. The game also features a dynamic jazz soundtrack, adding to its retro vibe. Mouse PI for Hire is set to launch on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch sometime in 2025. It's being built with accessibility in mind, including both intriguing action and minigames, along with an engaging storyline that unfolds across various vibrant locations, from swampy sewers to bustling movie sets. John Carpenter's Toxic Commando is an intense first-person co-op shooter that blends 80s action horror vibes with over-the-top gameplay. Developed by Saber Interactive and powered by their Swarm engine, the same engine used in World War Z Aftermath, this game is designed for fast-paced, chaotic combat. You and up to 3 friends will team up as a group of mercenaries tasked with stopping the apocalypse, battling hordes of mutated creatures known as the Infected. But don't let the term fool you. John Carpenter himself prefers to call them ghouls, and with plenty of explosive action, it's clear why. Set for release in 2024, Toxic Commando will be available on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. The game is a mix of humor, action, and horror, heavily inspired by Carpenter's iconic filmography. The narrative revolves around a failed experiment to tap into Earth's core energy, leading to the rise of an eldritch monstrosity called the Sludge God. The gameplay encourages teamwork, allowing players to choose different classes and unleash a variety of weapons, including guns, grenades, and even katanas. Expect high-octane action, both on foot and in vehicles, as you fend off massive enemy waves. Whether you're blasting away with friends or riding around in armored trucks, this game promises a chaotic and thrilling experience. Pioner is shaping up to be one of the most exciting survival MMO-FPS games set to release in 2024. Developed by GFA Games, this post-apocalyptic game takes place on a Soviet-era island filled with mutants, anomalies, and hostile factions. The game setting is heavily influenced by titles like S.T.A.L.K.E.R and Metro, which fans of those series will appreciate. Built on Unreal Engine 4, Pioneer offers both PvE and PvP elements, allowing players to explore dangerous zones, complete faction-based missions, and even build outposts. One of the unique features is the option to play solo, particularly in the game's adventure mode, which minimizes MMO elements for those looking for a more narrative-driven experience. This mode adds depth and flexibility, letting players choose their style of engagement, whether cooperative or solo. Though the game was initially set for 2023, the release has been pushed to 2024 for further polishing. Expect to see it on PC and current-gen consoles, with beta testing planned for early 2024. For now, fans are eagerly waiting to experience its intense atmosphere and tactical gameplay. Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era is shaping up to be an exciting revival of the beloved turn-based strategy series, serving as a prequel to the original games. Developed by Unfrozen and published by Ubisoft, the game is set for release in the second quarter of 2025. The game takes players back to the roots of the series with a blend of classic gameplay elements and modern innovations. One of the standout features is its emphasis on strategy with 6 distinct factions, including Temple, Necropolis, Sylvan, Dungeon, and Hive, each offering unique heroes, creatures, and gameplay mechanics. The game's non-linear campaign allows players to make choices that affect the storyline, factions, and map changes. Another key element is the ability to create custom maps using an in-game editor and randomly generate new ones for endless replayability. In terms of new mechanics, combat will take place on a hexagonal battlefield with revamped active abilities and matchmaking options designed for modern players. Multiplayer modes such as Arena and Classic will allow up to 8 players, and Arena introduces a draft system that emphasizes skill-based combat. Built on Unfrozen's proprietary engine, the game promises visually stunning environments and smooth tactical battles. Heroes of Might and Magic Olden Era will be available on PC, with more platforms potentially being announced closer to launch. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 Heart of Chornobyl is set to release on November 20th, 2024, and it's looking like a must-play for fans of atmospheric post-apocalyptic games. Built on the Unreal Engine 5, the game features a massive open world for the first time in the series, with over 60 square kilometers to explore. GSC Game World promises more than 100 hours of gameplay as you survive in the Chernobyl exclusion zone, battling mutants, anomalies, and rival factions. The developers have also introduced a revamped A-Life 2.0 system, which simulates a living, breathing environment where factions and creatures interact independently, making no 2 playthroughs the same. The game also includes dynamic weather, a day-night cycle, and survival mechanics like hunger and radiation management. Combat features over 30 customizable weapons, pushing both strategy and immersion. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 will be available on Xbox Series XS and PC, and is also coming to Game Pass. It's shaping up to be one of the biggest and most immersive titles of 2024. DayZ Frostline is the latest expansion for DayZ, released in October 2024. This DLC introduces a brand new map called S.T.A.L.K.E.R, inspired by the icy landscapes of the Kamchatkan region, spanning over 105 kilometers quaders. The snowy volcanic environment adds new survival challenges where managing warmth and facing extreme conditions is crucial. Players must deal with freezing temperatures, new diseases like heavy metal poisoning, and navigate through harsh volcanic hazards. The expansion also brings drivable boats, allowing players to explore beyond the frozen waters, and introduces new wildlife like hares and foxes. It also includes revamped building interiors and fresh points of interest, enhancing exploration and base building opportunities. The dynamic weather system and new skybox textures further immerse players in the chilling atmosphere of S.T.A.L.K.E.R. DayZ Frostline runs on Bohemia Interactive's Infusion engine, ensuring stunning visuals and immersive gameplay, particularly for PC players who benefit from better view distances. The expansion is available on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, though some graphical enhancements may roll out for consoles in future updates. Whether you're a returning veteran or new to the game, this DLC promises to push your survival skills to the limit with its rich environmental storytelling. Subnautica 2 is shaping up to be one of the most anticipated games of 2025. Built on Unreal Engine 5, the game promises stunning, stylized visuals that bring its alien, oceanic world to life. Unlike the previous entries, this sequel introduces a long-awaited co-op mode, allowing up to 4 players to explore the depths together. However, if you prefer the solitude of single-player exploration, that option is still very much central to the experience. The game will follow a game-as-a-service model, which essentially means regular updates, but without the typical live service elements like season passes or subscriptions. Unknown Worlds Entertainment clarified that they plan to support the game post-launch, much like they did with the earlier titles. Subnautica 2 is expected to be available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X, and while early rumors hinted at a 2024 release, it's now confirmed for 2025. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is swinging onto PC on January 30th, 2025, following its successful PlayStation 5 launch. Developed by Insomniac Games and optimized for PC by Nix's Software, this version brings plenty of enhanced features to take full advantage of the platform's power. Players can expect improved ray tracing options, ultra-widescreen support, and a variety of graphical settings that cater to different PC configurations. Additionally, the game will offer DLSS and other next-gen performance boosts, making it ready for upcoming hardware like NVIDIA's RTX 50 series and AMD's Radeon RX 8000 series. The game maintains its dual hero format, letting you switch between Peter Parker and Miles Morales as you explore an expanded Marvel's New York, which now includes Brooklyn and Queens. With an action-packed story centered around the symbiote threat, players will face iconic villains like Venom, Kraven the Hunter, and the Lizard. Although there is no new story content, the game will include all updates since the PS5 release, along with new suits, a new Game Plus mode, and more customization options. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will be available on Steam and the Epic Games Store, offering both standard and digital deluxe editions, with the latter including bonus suits, gadgets, and skill points. Dying Light: The Beast is the next thrilling chapter from Techland, set for release in the first half of 2025. This standalone zombie survival adventure takes place in Castor Woods, a once popular tourist destination, now overrun by zombies and ruled by a mysterious creature. You play as Kyle Crane, who returns after years of brutal experiments, now wielding beast-like powers that intertwine human and zombie DNA. The game leans heavily into survival horror with its signature day-night cycle that intensifies the danger after dark. Resource management is key. Your weapons can break, ammunition is scarce, and even vehicles can be damaged, keeping the tension high at all times. The parkour system returns, allowing fluid movement across the rugged countryside, industrial sites, and derelict buildings. What sets Dying Light: The Beast apart is the mix of familiar mechanics with fresh elements, such as the ability to unleash beast powers and its immersive open-world design. The game is built on Techland's C engine, delivering stunning visuals and intense gameplay, supporting up to 4-player co-op for those who want to tackle the apocalyptic horrors together. The game will launch on platforms including PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC.